If you have been trying to meditate to cure your anxiety and it is still not working, stop blaming yourself. You have only been given half the story. Modern mindfulness has turned meditation into a temporary band-aid, telling you to just clear your mind and force yourself to feel calm. But the moment you open your eyes, the overthinking, the stress, and the mental chaos flood right back. Why? Because trying to calm your mind without understanding how it works is like trying to stop a hurricane by blowing against the wind. You do not need more relaxation. And you do not need quiet rooms. You need Vipassana, the ancient 2,500-year-old cognitive science designed by the Buddha. This is not a religious ritual to soothe your symptoms. It is a systematic blueprint to dismantle the very engine of your suffering from the inside out. Vipassana is often translated as insight meditation, but it is much more than a spiritual exercise. It is a systematic, scientific investigation of your own consciousness. At its core, Vipassana is the practice of bringing sharp, continuous awareness to whatever is happening right now, in this very moment. It means observing your physical sensations, your emotions, and your thoughts as they arise, persist, and inevitably pass away. Instead of getting caught up in the story of your thoughts, you step back and observe the nature of the thoughts themselves. You begin to see that your body and your mind are in a constant state of flux. By accumulating these observations day after day, you begin to see reality exactly as it is, directly through your own experience, without relying on any scriptural belief or dogma, because this wisdom has now truly arisen from your own direct insight. To practice Vipassana effectively, you must run two engines together. The first engine is precise observation. This is the act of watching your mind and body without judgment. The second engine is wise reflection. This is where you analyze the data you have gathered. You ask yourself, is this emotion permanent? Does clinging to this thought bring me lasting happiness? Do I truly control this mind, or does it operate entirely on its own? If you only observe without reflecting, you waste valuable data. But if you try to reflect without enough observation, your mind will get lost in intellectual concepts and spin into mere speculation. These two engines must work hand in hand. If you ever feel stuck during practice and struggle to reflect, do not be discouraged. This simply means your mind has not gathered enough data yet. When this happens, return to quiet observation. Watch your breath, watch your physical sensations, and watch your thoughts. Once the mind has gathered enough data, it will naturally process everything, sometimes entirely on its own. As this deep understanding matures, a profound shift occurs deep within your subconscious. You experience a natural, wise disenchantment, what the Buddha called Nibbida. This is not anger, sadness, or depression. It is a calm, peaceful letting go, similar to how a child, upon growing up, realizes by themselves that the toy they once fought for is actually just a piece of plastic. You stop clinging to your thoughts and emotions, and as your attachment fades, your suffering fades with it. This release is so deep that it resonates through every cell of your body, bringing a profound sense of relief. But we must be careful. Many practitioners experience a temporary peace and mistake it for ultimate liberation. This temporary relief is like placing a heavy rock on top of weeds. The weeds stop growing, but their roots are still alive. The moment you face a highly stressful environment, the old anxieties and anger will spring right back. True liberation means pulling the weeds out by the roots so they can never grow again. To know if your practice is working, you must test yourself in the chaos of real life, over months, not days. To make this systematic, the Buddha mapped out 4 primary gateways to anchor your awareness, known as the 4 foundations of mindfulness, or Satipatthana. First is mindfulness of the body, or Kayanupassana, observing your breath, posture, and physical movements. Second is mindfulness of feelings, or Vedananupassana, recognizing whether your current experience is pleasant, painful, or neutral, without reacting to it. Third is mindfulness of the mind, or Chittanupassana, watching the state of your consciousness, noticing when it is distracted, anxious, angry, or calm. And fourth is mindfulness of mental phenomena, or Dhammanupassana, observing how thoughts, desires, and obstacles arise and pass away. By anchoring your awareness in these 4 areas, You are no longer at the mercy of your conditioning. You become the conscious observer of your life. True mental freedom is not a distant dream reserved solely for monks in remote caves. It is a practical, step-by-step path that you can walk right now, in your daily life. It begins the moment you stop fighting your mind and start observing it with wisdom. Subscribe for authentic Dhamma. Share your journey below, and may you find unshakable, lasting peace.